with this, not in your packet.
6.5.
All right. I want to do a little study for myself here, a little study. And this is all hypothetical here. It's not real. How many hours of sleep do high school age children in Albany County get every night? All right, so that's my question. I'm not looking for an answer. I'm not looking for an answer. Okay? What I'm going to start introducing now is what's called the population of this study. And when we talk about population is, who am I studying?
Kids in Albany County. High school kids.
High school kids in Albany County would be my population. All right, so when you hear the word population now, that's who are you studying? Not what are you studying, who are you studying? So my answer here would be high school kids in Albany County, right? Stay with me here. Hate to break it to you, but you think I'm going to be able to get around to every single high school kid in Albany County and ask them this question and write down? That's probably, everyone agrees it's impossible. So there's no way I'm going to get to the population. So instead, what I do is I make it smaller and I have what's called the sample, which is a part of the population. So maybe it would, I'm just making this up, maybe it would be 50 students from each high school in Albany County. All right. I just want you guys to understand what population versus sample is. So maybe 50 students from each high school. Population is everybody. Sample is a part of that. Okay, does that make everyone all right there? Population is everybody I'm trying to study. We know it's not going to happen. That's impossible. So I break it up into a smaller group from that population. Okay? All right, now look at your notes now. So I want you to identify what the population and the sample would be in each of these. So estimate gasoline mileage of new cars sold in the United States. A group test 845 new cars, and that's what the average ended up being. Okay, so let's talk first. What would the population, the overall group that I am testing here?
United States. Cars.
Well, I want what though? Not where or what I'm testing. Who I'm testing or what?
Mileage.
So it's you're telling me what I'm testing. What am I testing that on?
New cars.
New cars in the U.S. Done. Everyone all right? So my population is new cars in the U.S. It's not the what part. It's what's being tested on. And now we can all agree that's impossible. There's so many new cars that come out daily. So instead, I got to break that down into a smaller group, which is called my sample. So out of all these new cars, how many are we deciding to test? 845 new cars. The smaller part of that group. Questions there? All right, let's keep going. One doesn't make you great.
Is that it?
For this, it just said identify the population in the sample. That's it. Why? What else do you need? We're not trying to answer these questions here.
I'm passing this quiz.
All right, next one. City council member wants to know constituents. That's the people in her area. All right, the people in her area there. Felt about plan rezoning. She randomly selects 75 names from the directory and conducts a phone survey. So population. Who are we testing on here?
The city council.
Constituents, right? The number of people there. So the constituents, yep. Total constituents. That's a fun word. All right, depending on how many people that is, it might be impossible. So instead, we take a smaller group from that called our sample, which will be who here? 75 people. All good? I think you can do one in your group. What do you got? You guys had another one, didn't you? I didn't maybe go down far enough. Yep, go ahead. See if you can try that one. see on your own. What's the population? What's the sample in this one? Remember, it's not what you're studying, it's who you're studying it on. Read it carefully. Read it carefully. All right, what's your population?
Patients.
No, it's not the patients here. Got to read it. What is it? Parents of the patients. So you can just write parents. Can't do that, so I take a smaller group, which is my sample. And what's my sample? 10 parents only from that group. All right, I'm done with that. Questions on sample versus population? Second thing now, how do I get all this information? How do I collect it all now from the samples? Right, how do I collect it? There's 3 ways I'm going to show you how to collect. First way, and I think some of you have probably done a couple of these, a survey. You hand it out, a sheet of paper, or maybe you get called, right? And then you're like, all right, I fill in yes, no, or right, how old I am. That's a survey. Okay, so that's one way I could collect the information. Second way, and this is where I got to get a little bit more intense here. Experimental study. So let's say, hey, I got a new drug for weight loss. All right, I just invented a new drug for weight loss. So I want to see if it works or not. So I'm going to do what's called an experimental study, which means, everyone ready? I'm going to give these for the actual drug. I'm going to give everybody else in class a pill that looks like the drug, but it's not actually the drug, but you guys are going to think it is. Placebo. Yeah, placebo. Notice how I just divided you guys up into 2 groups myself. I gave one the treatment and one the placebo. That is called an experimental study. When I actually control it, divide it up, divide you guys up, and give one the treatment and one fake one. Good? So I got survey, I could collect it. I could divide you guys up into an experimental study. Or I could do this last one, and this is usually the toughest one for kids to understand. Observational study. I don't break you guys up. You guys take the SATs, right? Some of you maybe ACTs. And I want to see if a prep course helped or not. So you guys take the SATs. All I'm going to do is look at your scores, look at the people who took the prep course, and compare them. I didn't divide you guys up into prep, no prep. All I did was everyone took the test, and I just look at the results and say, all right, who took the prep and who did not, and come up with a conclusion. That's observational. Okay, there's no control group, no placebo. I just observe. That's it. Observe. All right, everyone all right? Okay, so let's see what we got here, because this is not as easy as it looks. I wish it was. So which method of data intentionally intervene to arrange for comparison of results? So I intentionally came in and say, all right, here are my 2 groups. So what did we call that? That's a conducting a controlled experiment. Correct. So that's conducting a controlled experiment right there. When I come in and I select the groups. All right, let's keep it rolling. I kind of already gave this one away, huh? Yep, new drug. She separates them into 2 groups, administers the drug to only one of them. That's a controlled experiment. Good. If there's debate, let me know. Ooh, a little school cafeteria, huh? New lunch menu. Which one's popular? So they gave them a list of questions. Which type of study did we just do? Ooh, be careful here.
Sample survey.
Be careful. So they gave every student in the first lunch, right? So why are we picking sample and not population?
It's not everyone.
Correct. It's only the first lunch, right? So everyone good? It is definitely a survey, but it's sample because we're only doing the first lunch and not everybody. All right, what do we got with 4? We're looking at surveillance video of a public park and records the amount of time people spent on a smartphone.
What's a census?
That is a survey that people get every 10 years to see how many people live in the United States. And
So it's not that.
it's a survey. That's what a census is. It's a survey. Are we separating these people?
Nope.
Nope. So there goes the experiment. Are we giving them a survey to do?
Nope.
So this is what I was talking about. We're just looking at the data and the numbers. So this is going to be observational, right? When I don't separate you, I'm just looking at the data as it is. All right, any questions here? Population sample, a survey, a controlled, and observational. Because now I'm going to show you how to use your calculator in a different way. Ready to roll? You guys have seen these or seen these terms before, mean, median, mode? Yep, mean, median, mode. Good news is your calculator does it all for you except for the mode. So let's quickly, mean is your average. Median, what do you think of when you hear median? That's your middle value, right? The value, when the numbers are arranged in order, what's the middle value? And here's probably what's most important to me because your calculator will not do it for you. The mode is most common. Now, what happens if they all appear once or they all appear twice? They all appear the same amount? We say there's no mode. Okay, can there be more than one mode? Yes, but if they all appear the same amount of times, no repetition, we say there's no mode, so there could be no mode. So I got a list of numbers right here. It says without a calculator, but I'm saying bull. I'm going to show you how to use your calculator right away. Find the mean, median, and mode. Before we do that, can we just do the mode? Because your calculator won't do that. Is any number appearing more than once? Anybody see any number that appears more than once in number 3?
No.
Nope, so guess what? No mode. Okay, maybe if I had an extra 13 there, there'd be 13, but I got no mode. All right, you ready? You got to be locked in here because I am not showing this over and over again because you want to fall behind. How do I use my calculator to find the mean and the median? Here we go, kids. Grab your calculator, turn that bad boy on, and you'll see you go to the home screen. Oh, what's right below calculations?
Statistics.
Oh, the unit we're on. Look at that. So we go to statistics, and up will pop a table for you to fill in. Everyone see my numbers that I have given you there? So we're going to hit 9, enter, and everyone see 9 comes in, and now everyone sees this 1 over here. Don't be freaked out. That's just telling you the number 9 came up once, right? All right, let's keep going. 9, 11, 5, enter, 10, enter. I can't hit the 10. There we go. 10, 2. And I'm going to politely ask that every time you do this, you check these numbers because you guys type these in like you're texting. And guess what? NumWorks doesn't have autocorrect. All right, so please check over before we move on that you have the numbers typed because I have seen a 17 just become a 1 because you just glance over the 7 and it really wasn't hit. So everyone got the numbers typed in so I can show you where to go to mean, median, mode now. All right, go back up now to where it says data. And you want to go over to stats. Everyone good? Head up, go over to stats, hit enter. Look at all these values now. Okay, we will talk about almost all of them, but only a few right now. So number of data points, that's how many numbers you plugged in. We plugged in 8 numbers. Minimum is minimum. I'll go over quartiles another day, but everyone see the median? Gives it to you right there, kids, 9.5. You don't have to do any work. It's doing it for you. Median, 9.5. There's my middle. And then if you keep scrolling down, Everybody see the mean.
Boom.
9.375. We are going to talk about other values tomorrow on that screen, but for now,
Do you round that?
if there were rounding directions, I would. If not, just leave it. That's not too bad. So everybody good? Okay, let's keep going now. Now I'm going to give you a frequency table. Hey, oh, just stop with your calculators. Put them down. Just so you know what has happened, I want you to understand what I'm giving you before you type it into your darn calculator. There's a number 56, but it occurs how many times?
4.
4. That's what that 4 means. So, hey, if I had you list them out, which I'm not, this is what the list would look like. 56 4 times, 73 9 times. So can we answer this question right now? What's the mode?
73.
Why 73, Tyler?
Because it's most.
It occurs 9 times the most. So there's 73. Now let me show you a quick trick on the calculator. Go ahead, go back to your data so you can type this all in. Now I don't want you to have to delete out every single one. You can do it all at once. If you hit Shift, Clear, it'll say all the data will be deleted all at once. And yeah, we want it all cleared out. I don't want one hanging around that maybe I didn't delete. So confirm, and there you go. You're back to your original. Okay, so Shift delete or Shift clear. All right, now we're going to type it all in. 56. But now you have a frequency, don't you, other than 1. So make sure there's a 4. Take a peek at mine. 56 and 4. Keep going. 73. Again, I am not going to show you on Thursday's quiz how to get here. 78, 7, 82. Check them over before you go anywhere. Check them over. You guys type so fast. And then once you're done, head back up to stats. And you should see some new stats in there for you. Make sure you can find the median. And actually, let me ask you guys, because I can't assume this stuff. Here we go. What's my median on this one? Median, one job, B here. Max, what's my median? 78, good work. And how about the mean? It's right on the darn calculator, right? Mean for this one, where am I going? Will, what do you got for the mean?
75.56667.
So I'm going to go 75.6. I don't need to write out those repeated ones. Okay, all good? And that's really, that's what I got for you. Okay, that's what I got for you.
Hey.
It's just using the this whole half of this unit leading up to the quiz is all on the calculator. All right, it's all on the calculator. So go ahead, let's get this done. You can check your work on Classroom, you know that. I'm not going to post it.